points a game. Ezekiel Elliott leads the league in rushing, but he hasn't had more than 17 carries in a game. Earlier this week, he was asked about his lack of carries and said, quote, "You can't run the ball if you're down by 17 points." So, Shannon, who wins on Sunday, and what will Zeke's stat line be?
I got the Cowboys winning on Sunday.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Look, the Lions won Monday. What was that? Sunday night. But we know why, Skip.
We do?
Matt Patricia get his first win, his old team. He knows this team. He knows all their personnel. He knows all their calls, kind of like the John Gruden situation when he faced his old team. We see this happen a lot. Only Coach Saban's system can't beat him. But we're not talking about Coach Saban right now.
The guy who flamed out in pro football. Go ahead.
You know
You brought it up. I slammed the door. Go ahead. Next question.
That guy that flamed out, he was the last head coach for the Dolphins to beat Tom Brady.
Really?
But we're not talking about Zeke's stat line. Now, this is what we know. The the Lions average giving up 149 rush, 5.4. That's worse than the NFL.
Yep.
What can the Cowboys do? Who leads the league in rushing, Skip? Ezekiel Elliott. So here's my suggestion.
I mean, the best running back.
No.
Well, you already said you said Gurley was the best, but who leads the league in rushing?
Yeah.
Oh.
But look at all them other numbers. How many catches he got?
I brought it up yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
I enlightened you as to that. Go ahead.
Exactly. So here's my stat line for Zeke.
Okay.
I'm gonna say he goes for 27 attempts, $143, 2 touchdowns. If Zeke Elliott has less than 20 rush attempts, Jerry Jones should come downstairs after the game, because he'll be there. He'll be giving his press conference. He should say, if Zeke Elliott has less than 20 rush attempts, I'm firing everybody on the offensive side of the football.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody got to go. Everybody got to go.
Who's going to call play?
I don't care. We'll work that out later.
Jerry's grandson, the quarterback at Highland Park High School that keeps winning state championships. He can call play.
We'll figure that part out later, Skip, because this will be unacceptable.
Okay.
A team that gives up 150 yards rushing, 5.4 yards per attempt. Now, Zeke is averaging 7 yards a carry, Skip, on first down. That's pretty good. And if you remember, when Zeke and the Cowboys and Dak had their most success, Zeke was averaging 5.1 on first down. Makes it a lot easier to pick up 3rd and 1 to 3 as opposed to 3rd and long. Anything over 6 yards we would consider 3rd and long. But that's not the here nor there, Skip. I'm just going to drop a little bit of that for you. So this is what I believe. I believe Zeke will have a monster day. Dak would do just enough. You know, he'll piddle around, Dak it down. Skip, do you know Dak's average release time is 3 seconds? That's 3rd worst in the NFL.
Okay.
He's last in 20-yard attempts. Throwing the ball. He got one completion that's longer than 20 yards. Did you know that? A quarterback in the NFL in his 3rd game. Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Lowest in the NFL. One completion. I guarantee you right now, 50 years old with a bad knee, I can get one. Because the way that I'm protecting, I have one of them numbers from 1 to 20, 1 to 19 on. They can't hit me. I get me a completion for 20 yards, Skip. I get me one in 3 games.
Okay.
Exact number that Dak Prescott had. One completion of longer than 20 yards. Are you embarrassed to say that's your quarterback? Are you embarrassed to say that's your
team? I got a better question for you. Are you embarrassed you just picked Dallas to win after all you just said?
I got Zeke, though. Zeke's going to win it. Zeke's going to win it for me.
Really?
Yeah, Zeke going to win it for me.
Oh, in the age of throwing the football, you're going to run the football.
Well, you better get rid of Zeke.
Oh.
You better get rid of Zeke, then, if you're going to throw it.
Really? Interesting.
Normally what they do is they try to put the ball in their best player's hands, Skip. That's what most teams do. Put the ball in their best player's hands.
Tell me when you're finished.
It's your turn.
Thank you. So, this just makes me sick.
What?
This is just pathetic. I'm going to remind all those Shay Sharp fans out there, all those easily amused and easily misled fans, that on Tuesday of this week, right here on Undisputed, we did a topic in which we reacted to USA Today's power ranking, placing Dallas at 27th.
Yeah.
27th out of 32 teams. Is that bad? That's pretty bad. And Shannon Sharp's opinion was that's not bad enough, that they should be below 27. Below 27. But then he flipped around. But you know why he flipped? Because during that discussion, I stood by my team so strongly that I told you then, I'm predicting early, Dallas will beat Detroit. And I said it with such conviction that it scared you.
No.
And you started thinking, uh-oh, how am I going to get out of this one?
What do you mean get
So, I know how I can do it. I got it now. I can pick Dallas, and that way I cover my bases. I definitely cover my backside, because then I can come in on Monday if Dallas somehow wins, because I'm afraid they might, and then I can say, well, I picked them, right?
Hold on, Skip.
Yeah.
Detroit did lose to the Jets. They lost to the 49ers, so we're not talking about world beaters.
These are the Detroit Lions that just destroyed New England on Sunday Night Football. They destroyed them. It was 26-10. It was in first downs 25-12. It was holding Tom Brady 2 for 9 on third down. It was absurd. It was 414 yards for Detroit to 209 for Tom Brady. That's destroying Tom Brady and company, because it's really Tom Brady or bust in New England. We're about to talk about that in just a moment.
What are we going to do about Detroit?
After that,
I mean,
26-10, and yet Shannon Sharp says the Cowboys are actually worse than 27th, but I'm going to pick the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Detroit Lions. And by the way, I alluded to the ESPN ranking of receiver groups. This is minus the tight end. Detroit's receivers on that list are ranked fourth, because you got Marvin Jones and Golden Tate and Kenny Golladay. That's a pretty good threesome, and the description on the ESPN website was they're good enough to be ranked first in the NFL.
No, they're not.
So I'm just saying the Rams are first, but I don't know. Those are 3 really good ones. In fact, they're all 3 so good you could make the case that any of the 3 is the number 1. They're all number 1 worthy for Matt Stafford. And Matt Stafford is going home, and he's had some big games at Jerry World before. He had one huge comeback where they were hopelessly down. He had Megatron then, but
yeah. What about the game they got robbed? In the playoff game, where they picked up the pass interference. You remember that game?
Yeah, that was a Matt Stafford game. Yeah, they got robbed. I agree with you. That was the same year as the other robbery. But the point is that Detroit is no joke, and yet Shannon Sharp is picking Dallas to beat Detroit when he says Dallas should be in the 30s. That's what you said the other day. They should be in the 30s of ranking. So how do you reconcile that? Because I can't. I think you're trying to have your cake and eat it too. And we know you eat a lot of cake.
I don't like cake.
Yeah,
I'm
do.
I'm on the pie train now.
Okay.
But anything.
You want your pie and eat it too.
So what are we going to do about the Jets? Did the Jets go to Detroit and destroy them, or are we going to just gloss over that?
That was
did they lose?
A long time ago.
Skip, it's only the 4th week of the season. Okay, what about San Fran? What are we going to do about that?
Well, all I know is they're coming off maybe the biggest win in recent history. Recent lines. It's according to Rob Parker, Mr. Detroit, that's Matt Stafford's only signature win was last Sunday night. You don't think he feels pretty good about himself?
He does, and I'll give you that, Skip. But we're not talking about the Lions as if they're world beaters. They won the game, no question about it. But they're last in rush defense for a reason. They give up the most highest yards per carry for a reason. So you're going to take one game and just gloss.
Really neat. I thought New England could pile up some rush yards and control the clock, and they got 89 total yards, and they lost time of possession 39-21 to Detroit.
So what are we going to
really?
When has New England ever been able to run the ball with authority? Okay, they'll have a game where LeGarrette Blount or
LeGarrette Blount, they could definitely run it with authority.
But they were not a team. They were known as Tom Brady team, and a lot of the passes to Deion Lewis, who's now in Tennessee, and to James White and those guys, that was their run game. But they're not running the football, 25, 30 times per game. Tom Brady's more apt to throw the ball 30, 35, 40 times and for them to win. So I'm not going to get, oh, man, did you see what they did to New England? That's the worst thing you can do is overreact. You do that a lot.
I never overreact.
I'm just saying, look. Now,
I pre-react. I tell you what's going to happen before it happens.
No, you don't. And you be wrong. You be wrong. Because I told you they were not going to make the playoffs.
I told you I was scared to death of at Carolina, and I did not love at Seattle, but I love them to beat the Giants, and I like them to beat Detroit.
Oh, you like them to beat Detroit?
Yes, I like them to beat Detroit because they're no jokes. The Giants are not very good. The Lions have potential to be an 8-8 team, which is no joke.
So you don't think the Giants have potential to be 8-8?
I don't like them. I just don't like Eli.
I
told you that. I don't like the offensive line, but I told you that going in. I pre-react.
But you say you don't even like your offensive line.
I don't like my offensive line. I'm scared to death of them, and that's my X factor going into this game. So yet again, this is another sink or swim turning point for my Cowboys because you fall to 1-3
at the quarter pole.
You're done.
At the quarter pole.
Well, Tim Tebow brought a team back from 1-3.
Man, stop talking about Tebow. I'm talking about your Cowboys, Dak, and you told me Dak is better than Tebow.
This is a winnable home game. And I believe they will win it because both Dak and Scott Linehan, the current offensive coordinator, maybe he's not going to last much longer, but they both said this week, get ready to see a lot of new things. Well, I'm getting ready to see a lot of new things, but I don't want Zeke to carry it 30 times.
Why?
I don't think they need him to carry it 30 times because I want to see, number one, more read option carries for Dak Prescott. I've told you that before. That's what happened against the Giants, and I got to see it again. I need him to carry it 7 or 8 times in this game. Rollouts, however you want to do it.
You know what, Skip Bayless, I'm seeing? You know why you don't want Zeke to carry it 30 times? Because you don't want him to be the reason why they win. In order to validate you and Dak Prescott.
I just want him to win. That's all. I just want him to win.
What's going to be required is Zeke to carry the ball.
Yeah. And I also, as I first guessed this, I need Ezekiel Elliott to have more caught passes, not more targets, more caught passes, because he hurt them badly the other day with the drop on 3rd and 9 and then the step out of bounds canceling of the touchdown pass that should have made it.
He got caught. It wouldn't have been no touchdown. He got caught.
He did not. He waltzed and he backed it. He moonwalked into the end zone.
Hold on.
Are you kidding?
Were you talking about the receivers? Cole Beasley said something.
Cole Beasley said, I guess it was yesterday, that we are getting open. He just left it at that. He said, that's not the problem. We are getting open.
What is he implying?
He's implying that Dak Prescott is not finding open receivers, or he's implying that the offensive line isn't giving him enough time to find open receivers.
So just so I'm hearing you, he said, you look at the TV copies and it doesn't tell the whole story. Yeah. So either one or two things, because when I criticize the Cowboys, this guy, Skip Bayless, says I'm a hater. People be on my Twitter when I criticize the Cowboys, I'm a hater. So now, Cole Beasley just said, we're getting open, implying, inferring, referencing, it's not us. So is Cole Beasley a hater?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, Skip, but don't do that. Skip, don't do that. You tell me when I say something that you deem as negative towards your Cowboys, I'm the president of the Cowboy Hate Club. Cole Beasley just took a no, that wasn't no swipe. He punched your quarterback in the throat.
Okay.
In the throat.
All right, I'll say what I said before the New York Giants game. Challenge accepted. I'm accepting the challenge.
But he said it. Did he say it?
Prescott.
Did he say it?
He did, but I don't know if he's inferring that the offensive line is too leaky or it can't protect. Because I'm watching Jared Goff last night. He could order pizza, man. He's got so much time in a nice, clean, comfortable pocket. How about I throw it? Oh, I'll wait for Cooper Kupp to break it over.
Skip, here's the thing.
In fact, Jared Goff went off after the game. He said, my offensive line was great. I just stood back there all night long and waited for the next guy to come.
But here's the thing. Most of these quarterbacks that can pass the ball were proficient at passing the ball in college. Dak Prescott ran the zone read. Dak Prescott was not known as a thrower of the football.
Thank you for making my point, because he's a really good thrower, but he's also a really good runner. And he's got slick ball handling skills, and he is he is a great decision maker on the read option, and it's not easy to do. And he will slide, but he can take the punishment. He's got to run it 7 times. We need to roll him out. We need to get 5 targets to Bryce Butler. His favorite receiver last year is back on this roster. He was not.
Is he playing?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know. But we will see. But he needs 5 targets because he averaged 21 yards a catch last year. And Ezekiel Elliott needs to catch 5 for 65. That's what I want. Because right now, of all the starting running backs in the National Football League, he is league worst in yards per catch.
So you believe Ezekiel is going to average 13 yards a catch?
Yep, 5 for 65. That's what I want, because one will break for 25.
And he keeps talking about slick. Oh, Dak got slick ball handling skills. Yep. So does Hot Sauce in the Professor. And one mixtape. But Skip, can he throw the ball down the field?
So I need Zeke to carry it 20 times. He's averaging 16. I'll go 20 for 120. That's what I need, because it looks like he's rounding. He's playing his way into shape, which he was not in at Carolina, and I'm not sure he was in shape against the Giants. Second half,
If you don't mind me asking,
at Seattle.
If a 23-year-old has to round himself into shape,
you know how he is.
Okay, but let me ask you this: what's it going to be like when he's 25, when he's 26?
I don't know. I'm only concerned about this Sunday.
Well, you
That's
should
all
be
I care about.
well, you should be very concerned because if your quarterback throws the ball as much as you want him to throw it, you're going to be in a heap of trouble.
Okay.
You better let Zeke Elliott run you home. Run him home,
I
Zeke.
need him to
run him home
to catch me home.
Skip, that's not what he is.
It is what he is.
Todd Gurley is that. Alvin Kamara is that.
Remember I said this. I'm ahead of the curve as usual, but I'm also going to say one more time. Last year without Sean Lee, we went 1-5. 1-5.
So
There's no Sean Lee, but the guy I have ridiculed, Leighton Vander.
Oh, you like the tackling Dutchman.
You know what? He started to win me over in the second half of Seattle. He had to play the whole second half, and they won the second half 10-7. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe.
Okay, right now, would you rather have the tackling Dutchman or Calvin Ridley?
I'd rather have Sean Lee.
Skip.
I would. Healthy.
You'd rather have Luke Kuechly or Bobby Wagner, but you can't have one of those guys.
Stop it.
All right, guys, let's move on to the team that the Lions beat last week. The Patriots are trying to bounce back from